All right, here we are. Happy Monday, everyone. It is Monday, the week before, well, guess what? 5 days before the new year.
Crazy.
Can you believe it? It's almost here. And we wanted to jump on here today to really share with you a few of the lessons that we've learned this past year that we truly believe are going to have a major impact and really allow you to go into 2022 strong and ready to rock. So, with that said, who is here with us live? Go ahead and comment Team Live if you are watching this live. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and comment replay so that we know you watch this. This is the Online Business Growth Secrets for Dietitians and Nutritionists Facebook group. And every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we are here with the latest and greatest information, knowledge, new skill sets that you're going to need to really grow your business to that next level. So my name is Javier Carlin, and this is Marissa Case. And tonight, we are going to dive into what you need to know going into 2022 and the top 5 lessons that we've learned this past year. Can't believe it's coming to an end, that have really had a major impact in our own life, and we want to make sure that you have the same. So with that said, one thing is clear: the world is changing, things are moving, and the insights that we're going to be sharing with you tonight can make the difference between you adapting and thriving in 2022 or being left behind. And obviously, we don't want that for you, and that's why we're here with you tonight to share with you what we've learned. So
yeah, let's see who we got live. We got a couple people saying Team Live. We got Jennifer in the house. What's up, Jennifer? Mary Claire. Hey. We got Larry. Hey, Larry.
Awesome. Right. So good seeing you all.
All right. And
hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Happy holiday.
Yes. And as always, if you guys know any other dietitians, nutrition professionals that would benefit from the information in this group, feel free to invite them to the party. We would love to have them.
All right. You ready? Let's get into it.
Let's do it. So, lesson number one that we learned this year. So the lesson is that there are 2 types of business owners. One are those who have a purpose greater than themselves, and the other are those who want to create a business just for themselves. So one has a purpose greater than themselves, and then the other wants to create a business just for themselves. All right, so put those in the chat.
Yeah. So what we realized is that early on this past year, as we were taking our online business to that next level and hitting the goals that we had set for ourselves, we started to realize that at one point we had a decision to make. And that decision could have been to really take the foot off the gas pedal, put it on the brakes, and really slow things down, because there was a point where we were good. And it was very easy for us to fall into that trap of taking things slow, of becoming complacent. And one of the things that we were talking about at that time, and that we realized, is that in the beginning of the year, right, much like the beginning of the year is coming for you, it's so easy for us to have this big vision, to set these big goals. And then halfway through the year, for some people, a few weeks into the year, right, they forget why they're doing it. They forget why they started doing what they're doing in the first place. And a reminder for us was this, right? The most successful people in business have a purpose that is bigger than themselves. Okay? Because like you said, there are 2 types of business owners, right? Business owner number 1 creates a business for themselves. And business owner number 1 who creates a business for themselves, this is what ends up happening to them. Okay? They will stop when they hit a certain income goal, even if they hit it before, right? They had these targets, they actually hit their income goal before. They get complacent, okay? They make enough just so that they're comfortable, just so that they're taken care of. They only do the bare minimum so that they're good. And the fact is that, as you can start to tell, that is being a bit selfish, don't you think? And what ends up happening is that because that fuel, that fire, that motivation, that drive starts to sizzle away, there's a lot of negative consequences that can come from that. And not just with the people that we said we wanted to serve and the people in our life, but also within yourself. And that's the last thing that you want to have. That's the last thing that you want to feel. So for us, right, it was very easy for us back in May or April to say, hey, you know what? We're good, right? We can literally not work for the rest of the year and be okay. We don't have to see another client. We can work with the people that we're already working with, have all of our bills paid, and take the rest, and just take the rest of the year off, right? Hang out at home, play with our cats, and watch TV all day. Could have done that. But that's not what our vision was. That's not what was fueling us. That's why we still show up here and have shown up here with you and for you every single week. Every single week, right? We don't have to be, and neither do you. But we want to be able to help healthcare professionals, dietitians, nutritionists, so that they can serve their people, because we know what the impact and the ripple effect is when that happens. And there's so many other reasons why we kept it going. And it has to be the same for you. Okay? Or maybe it doesn't. But you're going to have to decide. Okay? But that's business owner number one. And I can tell you right now that type of business owner ends up feeling unfulfilled. They don't feel as passionate. They're not as excited to wake up and grow their business and show up for the people that they were determined and destined to serve. Now, on the other side, we have business owner number two. Okay? And like we mentioned, business owner number two has a purpose that is greater than themselves. Okay? They think about others first. Because if you think about it, how many of you know that this is true? Go ahead and write true in the comments if you believe this is true. We are much more likely, right? You and I are much more likely to do something for others, for other people, than we are for ourselves. Is that true or false? Go ahead and put it in the chat. True. Right? So if we go in with that mindset that, wait a second, I'm much more willing to do more for others than I am for myself, what if we started to think about business in that way too? And not just in the short term. Again, it's very easy to do that the first week of the year, but constantly thinking about the people that we're serving, constantly thinking about the people that we're doing this for. And maybe it is for your clients, absolutely, but who else in your immediate circle is feeling that ripple effect? Is it your parents, your grandparents, your kids, your grandchildren? Who else is feeling that effect? Many people, right? So we have to remember that if we want to do more and be more, then we have to think about others first and foremost. Okay? Because it's more about having a greater impact than just an immediate impact. And the most successful people, they also want to make a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, they want to make a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. Number one, they want to. But number two, because they're thinking about other people, they're thinking about everything else besides themselves, making a greater impact, they're naturally also going to make a lot of money because they're helping more people.
100%. And this is such a touchy subject for most people, because we've been trained from a very young age to not talk about money, to fear money, to not ask people how much money they make. And it's very hard to learn how to make a lot of money if you're not asking someone or learning from someone who makes a lot of money, right? Who is hitting the goals that you have. And we have to remember that if we're thinking from this frame of mind in the first place, where it's all about serving others, then is it good, right? Like Mary, I know Mary has a beautiful heart, right? And she wants to serve the people in her life, her clients, her family, right? Future family. Like they're like Mary, and as healthcare professionals, we mainly went into the healthcare profession because we wanted to help people. Is it good for people who naturally want to help people to have a lot of money? What do you think they're going to do with that money? They're going to help more people because that is who they are, right? Because money just makes you more of what you already are. It amplifies who you are. So should healthcare professionals make a lot of money?
Yes.
And feel good about making a lot of money? Yes. Yes or no in the chat?
Yes.
Yes or yes?
Yes or yes?
Yes, if anyone, right, should be, it's us, right? We're taking care of everyone.
Yeah.
100%.
We do great work.
We do great work.
Really
we do great
work.
Yes, we do great things. Right? We're taking care of people left and right, their health, right? Without our health, we don't have anything.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And, the other thing about money is, not just obviously helping more people, right? Number one. And then number two, making sure that, of course, your mortgage, your bills, everything that you need to pay for is paid for, right? Because hello, we need that to live, right? But the other thing is, it's like, what are you going to do with all of this extra money? And, like Javi said, having a lot of money just makes you more of what you already are. So if you are a good person, you love to help people, and you get more money after you help yourself, what are you going to do? You're going to help other people, right? And, this is where it comes to thinking about other people. So what could you do for other people? Could you donate to certain charities? Could you help your parents out, possibly retire them early, right? Could you maybe buy real estate, start a legacy for your family, right? Talking about that generational wealth and making sure that not only you're good and your immediate family is good right now, but also if you have kids or your brothers or sisters have kids, you have nieces, nephews, cousins, right? Those are the people that are looking up to you, making sure that they're good as well. It's not only just about you and your immediate family and the clients that you serve, right? But it's about helping other people outside of your circle, and also thinking long-term in regards to, honestly, your family tree, right? And the legacy that you're going to leave behind. And you're going to essentially be a role model for others in your family to come.
100%. Yeah. So on that note, right, the idea here is that as you start to have a business, right, that is bigger than you, a business that is built upon the foundation of having a big purpose, a big vision beyond you, you're going to start to have to show up more, right? You're going to serve more. You're going to be more. And what ends up happening is that the people in your circle, the people you love and care about the most, are going to see that. Okay? And kids, for example, right? Do kids ever do what you tell them to do? Sure, there's sometimes, right? But rarely do they do what you tell them to do. And if they do, they don't do it for a long time. But they do what they see. They do what they see. So, for example, in my family, right, I have several cousins, and I love my uncles and aunts, and everyone in my family is great. They really are, right? But the kids in my family, I would say, don't have the best role models, right? Because think about this. Their parents are never home. When their parents are home, they're tired. They don't have a lot of energy to play with the kids. They don't have a lot of energy to talk to their kids. They don't have a lot of energy to be patient with their kids. And they aren't teaching their kids anything, right? But hey, you were born to work a 9 to 5, right? To be an employee for the rest of your life, get home tired, not talk to your significant other, and not talk to your kids. And it's so easy for that to be the case for 15, 20, 30, 45, X amount of years, right? And we don't want to be that parent. But that's what ends up happening, right? If we start to only think about ourselves. So again, the key lesson here is that we need to focus on serving others first, and that will give you everything that you need. Okay. And yes, it can start with you, it can start with your immediate family, but it has to go beyond that to give you the fuel and the fire to continue to go, even when things get hard, even when things get challenging, because they are naturally, right? Life is like, there's challenges that come up in life, and we have to grow strong enough to blast through them, not hope that they don't exist, because they're always going to be there. And that's step number one. That's lesson number one. Okay. So lesson number one is have a purpose that is bigger than yourself. Go ahead and write that in the chat if you're getting that.
Purpose bigger than yourself.
Perfect.
Cool. So lesson number 2 that we learned this year, and we've been learning, but it's been really apparent this year, is that the time to start a business is now. 2022 is your year. Put it in the chat. 2022 is my year, right? People are online more than ever these days, right? Especially with the pandemic. This thing is never ending. Oh my goodness. It's not ending, right? We're going on, 2 years now?
Yeah.
2 years now. And people are online more than ever, right? People are worried about their health. Let's face it. People are worried about their health, right? They're trying to do everything that they can to stay out of the hospital, to stay healthy, to avoid getting a cough, a cold, a sickness, anything, right? They really care about their health, and not only their health, but their health of their family and their children, right? As well, making sure that everyone in their family is healthy, right? People are also home more than ever these past 2 years, especially with the fact that maybe some people got laid off of work. Maybe some people are working part-time from home, part-time in the office, or some people that we know are working 100% from home and just have gone completely virtual. So people are at home more than ever these days. So what does that mean for those of you all that want to start an online business? It's the perfect time. It is the perfect time to start an online business, right? And the other thing too, with people being home more than ever, right, is possibly these people are more sedentary, right? These people are sitting at their desks for longer hours. They're not walking around their office. They're not, walking around their workplace, because they just have their home office right there. So maybe they're more sedentary, which means they should probably take a little bit better care of their health. Maybe these people, some people eat more comfort food, more junk food, right? Just because they're home more naturally. So again, people need us as healthcare professionals. And honestly, I mean, getting help from the convenience of your own home is amazing, right? Even doctors and hospitals have it now. On my health insurance, there's a way where I can go online and just talk to a doctor virtually, right? And get a prescription virtually, right? That's a new update that healthcare has come up with. Why? Because they know that everyone's working from home and everyone wants convenience. So if the hospitals are doing it, right, and doctors' offices are doing it, we should be doing it too as healthcare professionals.
100%. 100%. And because of this new opportunity, right, and everything that Marissa just mentioned right now, what you'll probably find and what you've realized is that there are more online health coaches, right, out there than ever. There are many, many people who might not have the certifications, the degrees, the education that you have, right? All that time and energy that you dedicated and put into learning the skills that you have, right? Because the opportunity is so big right now, there are many people that are going into this space. Okay. And what's crazy is that I'm personally a health coach. Like, I got a certification in health coaching. I'm a physical therapist too, but I wanted to take that certification, learn a little bit more about the health coaching style and what that all means. And I'm in some of these health coaching groups, and one of the things that I noticed, right, was inside of a Facebook thread, we have health coaches, right, who have their certifications, did some self-education, that are charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 for 3 to 6 month programs. And it's so interesting because many healthcare professionals like Marissa, like myself, right, who went through all this schooling, have a hard time charging $150 for a session.
Mhm.
And it's not your fault. It's just how we've been trained. But the case, the point is that the opportunity is there. Other people are doing it with less experience, less knowledge, less skills than you have. They're doing it and they're seizing the opportunity. Okay. And what that means for you is that if they can do it, you can do it. There's absolutely zero reason why you can't do it and why you can't do it right now. Not in February, but like right now, today, or Monday, January 3rd, because I know the weekend's coming and it's New Year's and whatnot. January 3rd, right? You got to do it. You got to do it. Okay? Go ahead and say, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. Okay? Because other people, like I mentioned, out there who are probably less qualified than you are doing it. And the only thing that's holding you back right now is this. So push that aside, right? Get on the horse and start riding your way into 2022, okay? Because you are going to make a difference in other people's lives and your own. And the point, the really neat thing here is that people, like Marissa mentioned, are valuing their health more than ever now, which is another reason why it's a prime time to start your business off strong. Okay? To start your business off strong. Now is the time. Yeah. And that's lesson number 2. Okay? There are multiple other reasons why now is a good time to start your business and why 2022 is your year. Those are a few of them. We'll go over a few more over the next few weeks.
Yeah. All right. So lesson number 3 that we learned this year in business is that there's no failure, only feedback. Write that in the chat. There's no failure, only feedback. So when it comes to your business, especially in the beginning, something that we strongly, strongly believe in is that you have to get messy. Okay. And everyone's like, oh goodness, I don't want to. It's scary. Do I use this color or that color? Should I go with this logo or that logo? Should I do it this way or this way? Try it all, right? You have to get messy in your business because the truth is that if you try to be perfect, you're going to go nowhere fast. You're going to stay stuck exactly where you are. And you guys have probably heard us say this over and over and over again, that imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. And for those of you that have been watching for a long time, you probably have heard the story about how I made my business cards 4 times. 4 times because I changed the color, I changed the logo, then I moved to Tampa, and then I had a spelling mistake. Okay? And I got no clients from those business cards. Okay? Being perfect got me nowhere. What got me somewhere in my business was going out there and doing the thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I moved to Tampa from Miami. I had nothing. And if I was trying to be perfect, I would have never had 4 times like a good dietitian. If I was, when I moved here, if I was trying to be perfect, I would have had 0 clients in my business forever. The only way that I got clients in my business was I put myself out there, I got messy, and I figured things out, right? In business, there are multiple different ways to do things, and some ways work better than other. Some things you could do a couple different ways, you'll get great results. You have to get messy. You have to just try, right? Like throwing spaghetti at the wall,
mm-hmm.
right? We'll guide you on that, right? But You have to just put yourself out there. That's how you're really going to get somewhere in business. And there's times where you're going to succeed, and there's times where you're not going to succeed. But it's not failure, it's feedback. You take the lesson and you think to yourself, why did this go right? Why did this not go right? Or this went right? And this worked, but how can I make it better next time? Right? So it's not that I failed. There's no failure. It's just feedback. And you improve every single time you get messy in your business.
Yes. And the faster you fail, the faster you get feedback. The faster you're able to refine things, and the faster you get better. The faster you see better results, the faster everything gets better. Okay. And, it's very interesting that I'm not too much of a baseball fan. In fact, I think it's one of the more boring sports out there, very slow. But the point of this of this story is that baseball Hall of Famers, like the best baseball players in the world, okay, guess what their batting average is? Like how many times they actually not even a home run, but like hit the ball. It's
100%.
Just like in school, 100%. No, not at all. It's 33%. The Hall of Famers, the best of the world in baseball, have a 33% batting average. They only hit 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 hits. Okay, for every 10 balls that are thrown, they only hit 3 of them. Okay? And they're the best in the world. Now, how many of you know that baseball players make a lot more money than your teachers? And maybe you, right? A bit more money, okay? And the point I'm trying to make here is that they're not perfect. They're not perfect. And they're okay with it. But guess what they do? They attempt to hit the ball with 100% effort every single time. They do their best 100% of the time to hit 30% of the time. Okay? And in business, if we're talking about sales and being able to enroll people into your program so you can help them, okay, a 30% close rate, meaning that out of 10 people, 3 people sign up with you, is actually average. It's like industry average. It's pretty good. So with that in mind, you're going to fail 7 times. And it's not going to feel good, but guess what you do? You remember, there is no failure. There's only feedback. How can I learn from it, improve it, increase my close rate, which ultimately means that I'm able to help more people with my skills and the knowledge that I possess, make more money and have a greater impact. And if we think about it that way, then we're okay with it. And we understand that, yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, it might be a little bit hard in the beginning, but everyone's going to suck in the beginning. And the cool thing is that in life, you don't need 100%, right? With 30%, you're going to be okay. So obviously that's not where we want to stop. We want to exceed that, but there is no perfect, and done is better than perfect.
Yeah, and I think it's important too that we redefine what perfect means, right? Because what is perfect, right? When you think of perfect, what's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of perfect? For me personally, when I think of perfect, I think of 100%, because I was trained that in school, like to get a perfect score, you have to get 100%. And if I missed one question on the test, or if I got a B and I got an 80%, or maybe I got a C and I got like a 75%, that's not perfect, right? But in business, it may never be 100%. I don't want to say never, but it may never be 100%, right? Like Javi was just talking about the close rate, right? If you close 3 out of 10 people, that's great in business. And if we take that 30% and we plug it into the school system, right? What's 30%? What grade is that in school?
It's a very low F.
It's a really, really low F.
Maybe like a Z.
So we have to start redefining what perfect means. Forget perfect, right? What Larry said. Perfect is procrastination. Absolutely. So let's scratch perfect. Let's redefine what perfect is. Let's start getting messy. Let's start making mistakes. Let's start putting ourselves out there, getting our business off the ground, getting our business running so we can actually help people. Once we get it growing, once we get it running, then we can make tweaks along the way based on the feedback that we get. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Cool.
100%. Cool. So lesson number 4, and we'll run through these pretty quickly here. So lesson number 4 is you must protect your energy. Okay, write that down. I must protect my energy. And you must do this so you can be at your highest self, okay, in order to serve others. Because the fact of the matter is that the people in your life, the people in your circle right now, the people who love you, okay, who love you and care for you, are going to want to keep you the same. They don't want to see you changing. They don't want to see you evolving. They don't want to see you adapting. Because many times it means that they feel like they're doing something wrong, that they feel like they're being left behind, that they feel like they're not growing. And to keep themselves feeling safe and themselves feeling good because they love you, they'll try and sabotage your success. They won't love that you're switching your focus, right? Some people in your life are all about it. Love those people. And we want to tell those people everything that we're going to be doing because they're going to light us up, give us energy, and just, be excited for us. You know who those people are. There are other people in your life right now, right? And if you do have people that drain your energy and that love you, but do drain your energy, go ahead and put it and say, I've got a few of those in the chat. Okay, I've got a few of those in the chat. So the fact of the matter is that there are seasons of focus and there are seasons of balance. And as you're growing your business, and because you have that big vision in mind, right, you might not be around as much as they would like. Okay, you might have to have some short-term sacrifices for the long-term vision. Because the fact is that people will try and hold you back and make you feel bad. But remember, they don't see what you see. They don't know what you know. They don't know what the possibilities are. They don't know what the opportunity is. They don't know why you're taking a dip down maybe in the amount of time you can spend with them, in your finances, in all these things, only so that you can then go up. Okay? They don't see the work that's being done internally inside of you so that you can produce those external results. So the fact is that we have to love our family, love our friends, okay? But basically pick our peer group, right? Find those who are doing what you want to do and ask them for advice. Listen to them when it comes to the things that you want to have in your life, right? Because it's so easy to listen to significant others, to listen to family members, to listen to other people who again have, really love you, but they don't see it. They don't see what you see. So those people can really hold us back. And what's tragic about that is that they're just not holding us back. They're actually holding themselves back because remember, we're doing what we're doing for them. So it's this cycle and it's not a good cycle to be in. So that's the first group of people, okay, that we must protect our energy around, and we can love them absolutely 100%. We can hang out with them, okay, but sometimes we have to make our own decisions and not listen to them. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, your clients too, right? So it's not just family, it's not just friends, but who else are you going to have in your life when you have a business, right? It's going to be your clients. And we are very intentional, and we hope that you are very intentional about who you let in your life and who you work with as a client. Because for us personally, our clients are our life. We think about them all the time, really, and we only want the best for them. And, we spend a lot of time with our clients because we want to provide them with the best. And when you own your business, you might want to spend a lot of time with your clients too, making sure that they're okay, making sure that they have all the resources and tools that they need, and Sometimes maybe in sessions you might stay a little bit longer, right? You get to know them. You get to know them on a personal level. You get to know their family, their friends, their lifestyle, right? And that's the beauty of having your own business as a nutrition professional. It's not just, walking into the hospital room, spending 10, 15 minutes with them, and then walking out, right? When you have your own business, you spend a lot of time with them, and they truly become a part of your life. So be very, very intentional with who you let into your professional life as well, and be careful with the clients that you decide to take on, because they are going to be a huge part of your life as a business owner.
Yeah And last part on that, right, it's protecting your energy means that, right, you want to work with people who are motivated, who are committed, who want the best for themselves. And we have to set those boundaries around the people that we decide to work with, because how many of you know that working with someone who doesn't show up, who's not motivated, who's not committed, who always has excuses, who's always talking negatively about themselves or their life, like, love those people, but it can be draining, and that energy can transfer over and seep into other areas of your life, and you don't want that. So you have to protect your energy by making a decision to be the person that you want to see in your clients, but also allow yourself to set higher standards for who they need to be to work with you.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
All right.
Set higher standards for who they need to be to work with you.
Boom.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's good.
What can I say? Oh, man. All right. Lesson number 5.
Number 5 for this year, going into 2022, what we learned is you have to let go to grow. Somebody write that in the chat for me. Let go to grow. So in the beginning, we said you're going to have to get messy. You're going to have to figure it out in your business, right? Everything's figure outable, so don't worry. But you have to let go to grow when you want to scale your business. So in the beginning, your business may be your baby, right? You have to take care of it. You have to nurture it. You have to figure out, the process, figure out the system. But there comes a point in time where your business is not going to be your baby anymore. And doesn't it, some people want to work in their business for the rest of their life, and that's totally fine. But others, want to take their business to the next level, want to possibly hire team members to help them, even if it's maybe virtual assistants, people to help them with social media, people to help them with technology, people to help them with ads, people to help them coach clients. But if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to make a lot of money and a lot of impact, we have to start treating this business not as a baby, but as a machine. Okay? It's a process. It's a system that your clients are going to go through. It's going to be a really, really good system and a really, really good process that your clients are going to go through to get amazing results. But in order for your business to work as a machine, right, we can't run the entire machine on its own. There are a lot of moving parts to a big business, to a growing business, right? A lot of moving parts. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to that, we need to hire people to help us with a lot of those moving parts. And we need to make sure that there are systems in place so that we can onboard team members. We can make sure that everyone knows exactly their roles and responsibilities, and that we can onboard multiple team members so that our business is all running as one smooth, well-oiled machine. So that is the goal. And in order to do that, we have to let go of some control. And it may be a little hard at first, because I don't know about you, but if it's my business and if it's our business, like, we like to have control. It could be a little bit hard to let go in the beginning, right? But we have to learn to let go in order to grow.
Yes. Yes. So that's it. Those are the 5 lessons that we've learned. There are several more, but for the purpose of today's training, we wanted to leave it at 5. The core ones that we strongly believe that if you take in, right, write them down and live by them this year in 2022, you're going to have a great level of success. Okay. So just to recap, number one is having a purpose that is bigger than yourself. Lesson number two is the time to start a business, if you haven't already, is now. Okay. Lesson number three is there is no failure, only feedback, and you want to fail fast and fail forward. Lesson number four is you must protect your energy. And lesson number five is you have to let go to grow. Okay. Let go of relationships that don't serve you. Let go of the control you have over certain aspects of your business. Let go of those things as you evolve into the next version of you, the better version of you, version 2.0, so that you can grow as a person, but so your business can grow too. And that's all we have for tonight, everyone. So with that said, we hope you have a great rest of your week. Happy New Year's. Have a very, very happy New Year. We'll be here next Monday, January 3rd, for the first training of the year. Yeah, 2022. Let's go. Awesome, everyone. Well, hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And for those of you that are ready to start your business in 2022 and you'd like some support and guidance along the way, and you're interested in learning more about how we could possibly help you, go ahead and comment the word or the numbers 2022 in the chat, and we'll reach out to you and we'll schedule something for us to get on a 15-minute call, talk a little bit more about you, what your goals are going into the new year, and see if we could possibly help you. If we can, we'll tell you. If we can't, we'll tell you that too, and we'll point you in the right direction of someone who can. So with that, hope you have a great night. Take care, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mary Claire.